Good. Probably doesn't ring a bell with you, does it, Murricane? That's okay. I'll drop you out my business card and brochure, introduce me and the company. But Bob, we fund industry grade drilling programs in oil and gas. Have you ever done anything like that before? Are you really? Oh, wow. Sure, sure. No, I know you weren't sitting there waiting for my call, that's for sure. How's that working out for you so far? Pretty good? Oh, that's what I like to hear. That's awesome. Where are you guys drilling? Okay. Bakken? Okay, yeah. That's tough right now. You do or don't? I don't blame you. That sounds like a man that knows what's going on, Bob. But yeah, no, I get really excited, and I respect that, Bob. I get you 100%. Don't want to take away from anything you're doing. Just wanted to kind of drop you out some info. This may intrigue you a bit, in whether or not you look at my stuff and we do business down the road or never or whatever. We're actually drilling there in Southwest Indiana in the Illinois Basin in Evansville. I don't know if you know where that's at or not, but yeah, no, there's been some. Actually, we are offsetting two wells. So what we did is, I say we're different than anything you've actually ever seen, too, Bob. We're 100% owned by our investors. So our investors own the assets. We acquired 28,000 acres there in the Illinois Basin in Southwest Indiana, and we're going to offset two wells that are currently in production. So essentially, I don't have to tell you. I'm sure you know what that is. If you had a cup of water on your desk with a straw in it, we're simply going in, sticking another straw in the same cup, trying to get higher up in the structure. If we can get the head geologist we have in the area is one of the top ones in the basin, and I believe with summary, everything is in there as far as that goes. But what we do know is the production rates from both of these wells, and essentially we're moving about 1,000 feet from one of the wells, and we're going to stick we're going to drill another hole in the ground and get some more out. But what I'm getting at here, Bob. Oh no, we have everything that we need as far as that goes. Yeah, and the technical part I can get, when I send you the information. But what we're doing is if we can just get $30 or 30 barrels of oil per day out of both of these wells, because we're offsetting two wells in the Illinois Basin, our break even is only at $15 a barrel. So right now, I think I didn't check it today. It was at 46 the other day. about 3,500, yeah. But what's neat about it too, Bob, is we're going into 3 or 4 proven zones, but we're also going through a total of 10 unproven zones that have some great potential. And we on our summary, we didn't include any of the upside for those other sands. We're doing a very conservative upside on the stuff that we know is already there. So anything else that we may get is something that we didn't want to put in our projections because we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. There's way too many. Mm-hmm. Your break even is about 17 months on the investment. The break even is sure. It sounds like you've been around and done it. And hey, Bob, I'll tell you right now, I worked for some of those bigger broker dealer companies, and I'm sure you know as well as I do. They have great. We were doing a 20 well project back in the Bakken when it was $120 a barrel, but at the end of the day, these projects, they just were not structured for the investor to make the money. There was so much promotion put on these projects that by the time, and heck, the reason why I left those big brokerage companies, Bob, is because I got to know guys like you, and I wanted to see them make their money back. And what happened was, what I found out was when they would send in their initial subscription, money, whatever it was, I would make my 10% commission right there. So monetarily speaking, it didn't matter to me whether or not the wells worked. Yeah, I would get a little bit more, but I made my money when you send in your money. But here, we share in the revenue on the back end with our partners. Since we are 100% owned by our investors, it gives us a chance to give our guys a much bigger ownership, a much bigger NRI than what you typically see. And I can give you an example right here. At the last deal I sold at one of the other bigger companies, we were selling shares for, I think it was 115,000 for a unit. And take a guess what your NRI was on that. Just take a shot in the dark. We were lucky if we could offer them 1%. It was usually under 1%. Here, with what we've established at Murricane, for 42.5, it gives you a 3.2 net revenue interest in the well. So it's really unheard of with everything that we've been able to do, cutting out the middlemen, cutting out all the other oil companies with their hands in the cookie jar. And it's very different. And yes. No, it doesn't require anything like that, and not right now. I mean, we're not saying in the future it's not something we may do. If it makes sense to do it, it makes economic sense, we'll do it. And here's what's really interesting about what's going on. With these 28,000 acres that we have out here, Bob, we own all rights, all minerals, all depths, no puke clauses. So it's all, it's all on the up and up. So what we joke about and tell our guys is, heck, if we go in here and we find spring water and it's, economic and it makes sense to put it in production, we're going to put it in production. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's very it's real refreshing, and me as an employee here at Murricane, I'm not one to beat anyone over the head. I show guys what we do. Most of the guys have seen a lot of it before, and they're able to see the difference in what we've done. And we're able to. What? And you're having to run it off, yeah. No, that's a great question. Alan, on the water disposal for the wells that we're doing, how do we dispose of it? How's the cost associated with that? Hang on a second, Bob. Let me give you to Alan. He knows, he can answer that a little better than I can. It's Bob.
Okay. Hello, Bob. How you doing? My name is Alan Murray. I'm one of the owners here. The question you had asked, there's kind of a long answer to it and a short answer to it. I'm going to try to give you one in between. That is the way to put it.